So tonight, Panthers going to play Aiden Hill, that bastard from Game 5, We're going to play him first time since he screwed us, And I am the great, and only Bubba can go up against the Aiden and win, it's going to be amazing, It's going to be fantastic. So Spencer, Spencer is going to play because...
The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1,
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, so we got Vegas tonight. Kyle and I are in the middle of about 8 hours straight of streaming. We've got everything going all at once. Fantastic. So, I guess what I heard somebody on the chat say is tonight's going to be the first time that we faced Aiden Hill since the time that we won't discuss around here, right? So that's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, Spencer Knight gets the start. Now, that's 2 times in a row now. He's got the second end of the back-to-back, and the second end of the back-to-back is a much better team. We should not be tired from last night against the Sharks, so that's of benefit. Now, Spencer's been playing lights out. I don't want to jinx anything, but if we could somehow pull out 2 points in this game tonight, we go out west, we get 3 out of 4. That's pretty good considering how we've been playing. So, what do we need to see tonight? Just do the thing that we do, all right? How about can we hold the lead? Can we hold the lead against a good team? Okay? Now, we blew the lead yesterday to the Sharks, and we got pissed off and scored 6 straight. But it's the Sharks. They're good for 6 straight most games. Vegas isn't going to play around like that. So if we get a lead, please, could we start proving to ourselves, Panthers, that we can hold a 2-1 lead, that we can hold a 1-goal lead, whatever it might be. All right? Chucky looks a little bit more like himself. Last thing I'll say is, Mackie, bruh. Okay, old man Maurice, he's going to get twitchy. He's going to get twitchy if you don't start putting the puck in the back of the net. Love your game. Everything is great. You're setting guys up. You got to get one to go in because that old crusty old man, he'll start getting twitchy and wanting to move you around again if you don't score. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, so 1-0 Vegas after 1. Very mixed period of play. Panthers came out the first 5 minutes. Looked like they were going to play just a massively forecheck, backcheck type of game. Vegas woke up, got a goal, and then the Panthers we're leading in shots, but we're having a lot of trouble holding possession in the zone. A lot of one and dones. Vegas is playing very, very aggressively. No big deal on the goal. Spencer Knight was screened a little bit, missed it with his glove. Other than that, we look okay. We look all right. It's very much like many of the games we've seen this year, where it is obvious that the other team, tonight it's Vegas, has their energy all up and ready to play the Panthers, and they've gotten a little bit physical with us, where it looks like we're kind of surprised that they're getting physical. Sam Reinhart took a shot. It was a clean hit, but it was like basically right up under the chin. He was spitting out teeth or blood or something on the bench. Clean hit. Got to keep your head up. So move on to second period, but I ain't going to say I don't have a good feeling about it, but Vegas looks like they really want this game. All right, so it's 2-0 Vegas after 2. Very, very choppy play. There's been a couple of times when each team has had plenty of zone time, but the rest of it has just been a lot of neutral zone play. Everybody's just losing the puck and getting the puck and losing the puck and getting the puck. Now, the second goal, Spencer Knight, I hate to blame it completely on him because it's never completely on the goalie, but he slides over to cover the short side. He kind of overcommitted to the short side, and so the dude just roofed it right over his shoulder into the back of the net. It's 2-0, but it's 2-0. And how many times have we said this with Spencer Knight, right? He could pitch a shutout here in the third period, and it's 2-0, but we can't score. So I guess they move Verhage back up to the top, Kachuk back down to the second line. So it's Bennett, Kachuk, Samoskevich, and then Luostarinen back to the third line. We are getting absolutely obliterated in the faceoff circle. At least that's the way it seems. I counted 4 straight offensive zone draws that Bennett lost the puck. Bennett lost the faceoffs. Barkov has been okay, but it just seems like most of the draws, Vegas is ending up with the puck, and they're just clearing the zone and clearing the zone and clearing the zone. And any of the shots that we're getting really are, kind of perimeter shots from the outside. So it's 2-0 in Vegas after 2. So, I mean, I'm not saying I give up on the game, but Vegas has got the better of the play. Right now, they're the better team. There's no way around it. Let's move on and see how it finishes up. And that would be 4-1 Vegas. The fourth one was an empty net. So Kyle and I streamed about 7.5 straight hours, and we were rooting for Washington, and that didn't happen. And then, of course, we were rooting for Buffalo. And then, then the Panthers did what they could do, which was make it 2-1, and think, come back, Cats. We're going to do it, right? And then we allowed 4 breakaways in the space of 3 times. Luckily, only one of them went in the net. And then that was that. It was 3-1, and then it was 4-1. And so we did kind of what we would have expected us to do, considering how we've been playing, which is beat the crappy teams in the front end of the back-to-backs, and then lose to the good teams in the back end of the back-to-backs. Although I think we should have gotten a point against the Kings. I think we played well enough. Certainly Spencer Knight played well enough against the Kings. So Spencer Knight allowed 5 goals in 2 games, and we got no points. He allowed 5 goals in 2 games, and we got no points out of that. So that's not good. That sucks. Okay, got to get this kid some goal support. So what do we see on the ice? Like I said in the last period, he moved the lines around a little bit. Bennett just seems to be a ghost of himself right now. I don't see him doing anything hardly at all. Barkov hasn't scored since I had hair at this point. I think he had a goal a couple of games ago. But he's just not. I mean, he's doing his defensive responsibilities and all of that. Can't complain about anything there. But just somebody's got to get hot and put the puck in the back of the net. Everybody's cold. And even the guys that are having a lot of chances, like maybe Sam Miskevich, Boquist has cooled off a little bit, but he did score the other night. Just nobody is hot. There's nobody. Literally nobody is hot on the team right now offensively. And you can grind out some wins, but at some point you need somebody to be leading the offense, and just nobody is right now. It's just not good. And we could sit here and try to contemplate why, but the reality is just they're just not playing with the level of intensity that they need within this system to create the number of chances that we would need. We're not. I saw it again here. It was 2-1. It was still 2-1, and Vegas had the puck in our zone. And the puck was going towards the Vegas player at the point. And Reinhart had an opportunity to get over there, and if not intercept the puck, he could have arrived at about the same time as the puck and really put pressure on the Vegas player. But instead, what Reinhart did was he took a step, and then he thought differently about it, and he kind of coasted and slid off to the behind, to in front of the player, but allowed the Vegas player to get the puck. And then, of course, he dumped it into the zone, and Vegas got some zone time out of that. And it's just little things like that where we're not expending that little bit of extra effort to put pressure on the opposing team's puck carrier, as an example, that's leading to possession time and zone time and sometimes goals. But it's just all of those little things are adding up, all the little things that we're not doing or that we're doing poorly. And yeah, I know we're still only 1 point out of first place, not the end of the world and all of that, right? Kings are good, Vegas is good, but it's been a while since we beat some good teams, right? It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit of time, and at some point, the lack of offense. But making the move to get somebody isn't going to fix this, because if Barkov is cold, and Verhaeghe is cold, and Kachuk is cold, and Bennett is cold, I mean, we can pick up. I mean, I guess maybe if we got McDavid, that might wake the team up. But you know what I mean? It's just like some random dude that might be a good top 6 player is not going to suddenly turn the lights on for the rest of the team. So we've been waiting kind of all year for these guys to start scoring at a pace like we would expect them to do. I don't think it's coming anytime soon. It's certainly not coming before the break, right? I mean, we got 7 against the Sharks, but Kyle and I could get at least 2 against the Sharks. So, and then defensively, I'm not going to pick the entire breakaway goal on Ekblad. He was chasing, but he's so slow. He's so slow. He's so slow. And it's a shame that we have not been able to get an adequate replacement for him so that maybe Ekblad could move down to like the bottom pair where he kind of belongs. Power play looks like absolute dog shit with Ekblad back. Not his fault, chemistry-wise, but to be honest with you, Schmidt was doing a better job of distributing the puck on the power play than Ekblad is doing right now. Now, maybe that chemistry comes back and it starts to get better again, but for right now, it's not good. It's just not good. And when Vegas got that third goal, it was interesting because I did see they panned to Maurice on the at the bench, and he looked. It's not a look that I've seen very much on him. He looked a little bit more disappointed, upset than frustrated. He had an interesting look on his face, like maybe he thought, damn it, I really thought we were going to pull a comeback here. I really kind of wanted to see these guys step up. It is one thing to say that we're the champs, and that's all fine, well and good. Obviously, we're the champs. But at some point, you would like to see this team. I mean, you can say we're saving it for the playoffs. But at some point, you would like to see us win a few games in a row against some good teams. I don't think that's too much to ask. I grasp the fact that because the Atlantic is basically eating itself, that we can kind of half-ass coast our way to second place, maybe even first place, right? I understand that. But it would still just be nice to see them win a few games in a row against top competition, just so that they're aware that the light switch is still there. Because I don't know if you can go the whole season waiting for the playoffs and then just flip the switch on April, whatever it is, that the first round is going to start. And again, I know it's a road trip. You went 2 for 2 and all of that. But there are the goaltending certainly against Vegas and the Kings was good enough to get at least 3 points, if not 4. Okay? I mean, so Spencer gave up 3 goals, but the third goal ended the game. And that's the last thing. Is like we get 2 goals behind. It's lights out. Forget about it. Or how many times in the previous years, we're 2 goals behind? Okay. Wake me up when we're ahead by 2. We didn't think we were coming back. We knew we were coming back. And now we get 2 goals behind. We don't even put the rally caps on because it's like we ain't scoring. We're not scoring any goals. Nothing. Everybody's just slumping. So, and the Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl. God help us all. Oh, what a brutal day. All 3 games just went to dog shit. Dog shit on the football field. Dog shit on ice. But we didn't get shut out, so there's that. All right, that's enough. I will be live tomorrow at noon for your therapy session. Tomorrow, the members podcast for you people. For everybody who's a member, I appreciate all the support. Thank you for waiting for me to get my shit together after all hell broke loose this summer. Members podcast comes back tomorrow. I'm going to be recording it before the noon live, but it will be released after the noon live because I don't want you guys to have to choose between listening and finishing the podcast and coming to the noon stream. So there's that. Now, somebody had already emailed me something. If there is an article or a video or a subject that you would like me to cover on the members podcast, email it to flyingfluffyhockey@gmail.com, and I will do the best I can to do that. Because the show is going to be, I'm obviously not outside with the dogs, right? Obviously not outside with the dogs. It'll be upstairs in the stream room. Now, when we start getting the doggy daycare moving, we might be back outside with some dogs to do that podcast. But for now, it's 20 degrees in the morning. My ass will be upstairs in the heated stream room. Yeah. So, all right. Appreciate all the support. I'll see you tomorrow at noon. In my timeline, Buffalo won. In my timeline, the Chiefs are not in the Super Bowl, and the Panthers came back and won the game 5-2. So don't be trying to come to the stream tomorrow and convince me otherwise.